What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty from Ty Drives, and sitting in front of us is the 2023 Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Now, this is a pretty cool trim level. It is called the Lusso trim. Now, as most of the Stelvio lineup is more focused on a sporty setup, this is the more luxurious setup. So the Lusso is luxurious. We have seen a Lusso trim level before in the Stelvio. It was missing from the lineup in the last couple of years, but it is back for the 2023 model year, and I chose to do this one just because of that. Now, throughout this video, we're going to be taking a look at all of the features this vehicle has to offer. Starting out in the exterior, we'll work our way under the hood and see what the powertrains are. Then we'll move into the interior, starting with the trunk, moving forward to the rear seats, and finally all of the details in the front seats. Now, if you are used to my new videos, you will see that most cars we take out for a test drive. This one, I'll suggest you back to our channel where I have driven a 2022 Stelvio. So take a look at that video if you want to see a drive. But on to the features. First of all, we'll start off with the headlamps, where we have HID bulbs used for both your high and low beams. And the rest of the things, such as your daytime running lights and turn signals, are all LED powered. Looks very nice, all illuminated. You can see we have the headlight washer too, that little cap right below the headlight bulb. We also have parking sensors that span the front bumper, and some pretty large intakes off to the side, and our typical triangular Alfa grille. You also have a sensor off to the passenger side for your all of your safety warnings and features, such as the adaptive cruise control. Nice sloping hood that comes down into the grille. And take a look at these beautiful wheels. Now, if they do look familiar to you, they are the same wheels that are on the Stelvio Extrema trim level, but these are painted silver for a more classy look. They are 21-inch wheels, and the tires measure 255/40 up front. Taking a look down the side, a very stylish SUV with the chrome surrounding the windows. We have LED turn signals on the mirror, as well as blind spot warning. And the front door handles also have the smart key entry, so you just tap the button to lock and put your hand behind the handle to unlock. Now, taking a look at the window sticker, very deeply tinted glass, so I will detail just the one package this vehicle has, and that is the Active Assist Plus package, which includes a couple of different safety systems. That'll bring our total vehicle price out to $59,725. We have a nice spoiler up top with your roof rails, shark fin antenna, and the panoramic roof. Gas door is on the driver's side, and our rear lights are all LED powered. So take a look at that when they're on. Very nice. So turn signals, tail lights, brake lights, all that good stuff is all LED powered. As far as badging back here, they keep it pretty simplistic. We have the Q4 all-wheel drive, the Alfa emblem, and the Stelvio badge. We have parking sensors back here as well, and chrome tailpipes. Very nice big surrounds for the actual tailpipes. And we also have the trunk released and reversing camera right under the lip. So the Stelvio has been out for a little while now, but I personally think that this thing still looks just as good as the day it rolled out in 2018. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. All right, so under the hood, I think is a fitting spot to talk about the drivetrain, which is, on all of the sort of normal Stelvio models, a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4, produces 280 horsepower, 306 pound-feet of torque, and all of that is hooked up to an 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, regardless of engine choice. Of course, we do have the Quadrifoglio with that 2.9-liter crazy twin-turbo V6. We will reserve that for a completely separate video. Now, as far as our all-wheel drive goes, it is standard in every single trim level except for the base Sprint trim level, where it comes standard with rear-wheel drive, but don't worry, all-wheel drive is an option. Now, popping the trunk reveals a couple of neat features. First of all, it is pretty roomy back here, so take a look at that. You can see that the carpeted floor mats are back here and they fit in the vertical way very nicely. You have an extra subwoofer style speaker back here and sort of a two-part cargo shade, one up on the window and one fixed to the cargo shelf. If you want more cargo, as you can see, there are some splits in the seat, so technically you can fold it down at a 40-20-40 split, but default they will fold at a 60-40. Folding is very easy. You have handles back here to just pull, and the seats will fold flat, obviously on either side. And there are also handles up in the second row of seating, which I'll show you in just a minute. Underneath the cargo floor, we have a spare tire, and also the batteries back here. We also have a little cubby back here, and underneath we have the household outlet, which is awesome. Other than that, you also have LED lighting under here and grocery bag hangers to either side. To close it down, we have a couple of options. This will close the trunk and lock the vehicle, and this one will simply just close the trunk. All right, so let's take a look at the rear, and you can really see that beautiful beige colored or cream colored crema interior, as they say in Italian. You have some nice light colored open pore wood trim in the back as well, and you also have leather upper doors, part of that Lusso trim level, which is very nice. The leather continues down here in the armrest in that crema color and some contrast stitching as well. You have a couple of speakers on the rear door and some storage. And you can also see that there is a handle to fold down the seat. So you just pull that, it will pop them loose, and then you just pull it down the rest of the way and it folds down flat. Now you can also fold down the pass-through. So if you have some longer items such as skis, something like that, but you still have two passengers in the rear, you can definitely slide those skis right on through into the interior and not give up on any passenger space. One more thing you can also fold down here is a center armrest with a couple of cup holders, and you also get a little phone holder right in the center. Very beautiful attention to detail on the seats. Extremely soft leather with stitching on the inside and some pretty cool looking headrests as well. You can see the panoramic sunroof continues very nicely back here, and you also have some lights up next to your head. Now the front seat is scooted back quite a bit. But for frame of reference, I am 5'10", and I would probably sit a little bit farther forward than this, but even at this position, I have a couple of inches of legroom back here. We do have some air vents that we can move all around and adjust. Heated seats on the outer two seats and USB chargers, and a little bit of storage below. Pretty small drivetrain hump too, so if you had to fit a third person in the center, it's definitely doable. And it is actually decently roomy back here. You have grab handles, coat hooks, and everything back here too. Opening up the driver's door reveals pretty much the same styling, just a few more buttons up front. Again, we have that beautiful crema leather interior color and the light wood continuing into some nice metallic accents on the door handle. And this is one of 14 speakers on this car for the Harman Kardon audio system. Again, that comes as part of the Lusso trim level. We have 3-person memory on the driver's door for the driver, and you just press and hold to set. We have a trunk release right over here, all of your powered mirror controls, and there also are power folding and all of your window adjustments with the window lockout. Looks like we have 2 speakers on the driver's door and quite a bit more storage than out back on the driver's door too. The upper dash is all leather, just like the upper door panels all the way around. Very nice attention to detail. And I really like the look of these air vents. Pretty cool, sort of aviation inspired looking air vents. We have a physical gauge dimmer, all of your headlight and fog light controls. We also have adjustments to turn on and off your auto start stop and your parking sensors. Taking a look down here, we have some very nice bright pedals, and we can also see the release for the tilt telescoping steering wheel. We have this very beautiful sill plate with Alfa Romeo inscripted in it. And wow, take a look at these seats. Now, in the Stelvio, you kind of have two different standard seats. So we have, of course, the comfort seats with the Lusso trim level, and then you can also step it up to a sport seat with a bit more aggressive bolstering for those sporty driving enthusiasts. We have four-way lumbar and the rest of our powered controls. So here's the key fob for the Stelvio, pretty traditional Alfa Romeo key fob. Got the nice shield on the back, and then the key kind of slides off, and a physical key is on the inside. On the other side, we have all the buttons. So we have lock, unlock, trunk release, remote start, and the panic alarm. So that's a pretty nice key there. Lots of functionality, and they also give you a little place to hold your key right there. Pretty neat. And of course, in traditional Alfa Romeo standard, the start button is on the steering wheel. So very nice sort of flat bottom steering wheel. I really like the attention to detail to this wheel. We have perforations up here where you'll kind of hold the steering wheel, and very smooth leather found throughout. Nice bright work too right at the bottom and surrounding your start stop button. Over here we have all of our adaptive cruise control settings, as well as a hill descent mode. And then over here we have all of our sort of media controls, so the voice commands, Bluetooth telephone, up and down for the volume, and back and forth for setting your presets. On the back of the steering wheel we have some stalks, one for of course your turn signals, high beams, and to shut off your lane guidance warning. And on the other side, of course, we have the front and rear wipers. Now up here we have a very nice sporty set of gauges, pretty traditional style. So we have the tachometer over here and speedometer over here, and a little information display right in the center. Now we can actually use this end button over here on the wipers stalk to adjust the center screen. So take a look. We have a couple of different settings. You can see kind of the distance to empty and your different trip computers. Sort of an instantaneous miles per gallon right there, and then also a driver's assistance screen, and then back to a sort of digital speedometer. So you can get into a few different things within this screen. You can see it's very nice that it has the traffic sign warning. You can also see your auto high beams visual, the lane keep visual, and also your odometer and compass at the bottom. So that is pretty nice. Like I said before, the upper dash is fully leather trimmed with stitching that goes all the way down. And that brings us to the infotainment screen. Now, it is a touch screen. However, they also give you the option to use this pad right here to adjust the screen as well. For the sake of this video, we're just going to use the touch screen, just a little bit easier to show. But this is pretty much our home screen. So we have the radio right here. You can add your presets at the bottom, and then kind of adjust your source up here, collect your favorites, and also you can swipe down from the top also to get your presets from any menu. And then of course what's playing is right in the center. Going back to home, we of course have our built-in navigation, very nice map. We can kind of scroll all around, and it's very easy to input your destination. Going back, we have a phone screen and also your driver's assistance screen, so you can kind of turn on and off all of those features. Lots and lots of features due to that one package we have on this vehicle. So we kind of set on and off, and then also sort of the sensitivity or what you want that particular feature to do. As some of them actually have a different sensitivity that you could set, and also different settings to only warn you or only flash, things like that for the blind spot warning. So pretty customizable driver's assistance. Now you can also get the climate control on the screen here, so we can turn it on and everything will kind of illuminate. You have the fan speed right at the bottom where you want the air to blow, temperatures, and then it kind of gives you a seat visual as well. Some other adjustments down here, such as your defrosters, so pretty neat. You can also press this to activate your heated seats and heated steering wheel, but there are physical buttons down in the climate control for those. Taking a look over here, we have performance pages, which is pretty awesome. So we can kind of choose what screens that will come up over there, and then we can also press the technical gauges. We can see the oil pressure, the real-time boost, and real-time torque. So if we tap the gas, we can see everything kind of lights up. Pretty neat to have that. And an SUV nonetheless. We have our consumption, such as fuel mileage, your efficient drive screen, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive sort of visual. Then we also have some vehicle information, so your scheduled maintenance, the oil level, your DNA driving modes, so we can see the switch it between D, N, and A, and see what each driving mode does. And I'll explain the driving modes in just a bit. Two other screens, we have the connected services, and then also some settings that you can go through once you buy the vehicle, and you can kind of really customize it to your specific needs. So pretty easy screen. You would kind of maybe keep it right over here so you could see a combination of what the radio is playing, what's going on with the nav, and your phone there too. Of course, we do have the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well. Nice couple of air vents, and the hazards are right in between them. And here are your physical climate controls. So pretty easy, two-zone climate control. We have temperatures to either side and fan speed in the center, and then you just kind of tap, tap, tap to get where you want the air to come out. Defrosters to either side of the fan speed, and then you can also see your physical heated seat and heated steering wheel controls right here. You do have a USB and a 12-volt power outlet right below the climate control, and you could slide this pad forward with some nice wood trim on it and reveal a couple of cup holders and another phone holder. Now here's your gear selector for the 8-speed automatic. Like I said before, we have the park button right up top, and then we can kind of press the unlock button right at the end and put it straight down into drive, and then straight up for reverse, in which your backup camera will pull up. And then you also have the parking sensors visual right over here. Once you're in drive, you can also slide it over into manual mode, where you can go minus and plus. On the more sporty models, of course, you do have some pretty large paddle shifters, but this being the luxury Focus model, the paddle shifters are not equipped on this vehicle. We have an electronic parking brake, again that key holder like you saw earlier, and we have a couple of knobs over here, so kind of a circular theme going on with these three knobs. I'll explain what each ones do. So this one is our driving mode selector. We have D for dynamic, of course, a sporty driving mode. We have N for natural, which is kind of your everyday mode, and then A for advanced efficiency, which is pretty much self-explanatory. This one over here will help you control the screen up top. If you didn't want to use it as a touch screen, you can just kind of move it up and down, in and out, and then also twist with the home and settings button. And then over here we have our volume knob, which also doubles as a skip if you go like this for your different radio stations. Down here we have a wireless charging pad, so you can kind of just slide your phone in like that and it will charge as long as your phone is capable of doing so. And in here we do have a little bit of room for various knickknacks and things under the center console. We do have a pretty good array of chargers and inputs, so we have one USB, one USB-C, and an auxiliary inlet, and a very nice soft lid to that console. Passenger area is very nice with that light trim, the leather dashboard, and the beautiful crema colored lower dashboard. And the glove box is lockable, all felt lined, and a pretty good amount of space in there too. That brings me up to the headliner, which is fully black, and we do have a couple of controls up here to put back the shade for the sunroof. It'll kind of stop at the halfway position. Then you could press it again to open the rear portion. Very nice. And then we have the buttons right next to it to actually open the glass port of the sunroof. Up here we have various lighting controls. All of the interior lighting is all LED. Also some more SOS buttons and lighting controls up here too. We also have an auto dimming mirror up here, and you could turn that feature on and off with the little power button. And that brings me up to our visors, where we have the garage door openers up here, and we could fold that down and we could see that there is a mirror and light. So now, usually at this point in our videos, we do take the cars out for a ride. But for this particular video, we're going to have you head on over to my channel and check out the beautiful blue Stelvio that we filmed last year. And you could see me take that car out for a drive. I believe it was a Veloce, but same motor, same basic thing. And you could see how that vehicle drives over on that video. But at that, I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching this video, and I hope you stay tuned with us here at Ty Drives for more videos in the future, just like this one.